Hello, my friends. So, today actually is going to be a video as our coffee moment. We've not had one in a while, and I have to share some things that I learned when I went shopping today. Y'all, some of the things I learned, some of the things I see, some of the things I'm watching is actually literally blowing my mind. So, I thought I'd share a few of these with you. I had gone to Walmart, and then I also went to Dollar General. And the experience was unlike anything I had really thought I would see. So one thing I will say, many of you already have seen, and if not, you will soon see the tailgate video where I did homemade snacks. Now, there is another option, and I stated in that video that if you didn't want to make your own homemade tortillas, you can actually buy corn tortillas. Now, I will say for those of you who are not on diet restrictions, I will tell you if you wanted something healthier, it would, and want to make your own, you don't necessarily have to make a homemade tortilla and then turn it into a chip. You can literally buy corn tortillas. Now, what I learned was actually the Walmart brands. Okay, so I was reading, I am always in the habit of reading ingredients. So I was reading Walmart brands, and still yet, are these perfect? No. However, they are workable. They don't have as much as many of the other ingredients do, and honestly, they don't have as much as the chips already prepared. So, and these are a good source of fiber, and they are also gluten-free. However, I happen to like the yellow corn, and I noticed the difference in actually between the white corn and the yellow corn. I don't know why, but it seems that the white or yellow corn has basically coming out with you can get more, you can eat more for the amount of carbs in them. This is varying though. Everything is contradicting, because in some products it shows that the yellow corn has less carbs than the white corn. In other products it's showing that the white corn has less, and just pick your battles. I am choosing to do the only pack of yellow corn that I could find. I do, sometimes I like my homemade too, but I'm struggling with finding the yellow corn masa, so I happen to like the flavor of yellow versus the whites. For some reason, the white corn chips and the white corn tortillas, kind of a bitter taste to me, so it's not appealing. I prefer the yellow ones. So, and that's everybody's preference. These are an extra thin on top of it, so I don't like it when I fry them up. They're not super thick. So that was one thing. I'm finding availability on products are really getting slimmer, y'all. And it's not getting better. This is actually getting worse. The availability to find a yellow corn tortilla was really hard at Walmart, or at least at ours, but there were 4 different varieties and big packs of white corn tortillas. That didn't make any sense to me. I have literally been watching prices skyrocket. Every week something is changing. Other weeks they are taken and white labeling, which is price reduction on white labels means they're fixing to eliminate the product. And there's other types of products that are coming in but higher priced, or higher amounts with higher prices. So I'm really starting to wonder and being more and more grateful that I started doing what I did just like the years before, starting in spring, doing our pantry, and by Christmas or by the time we do our pantry challenge, we are set. And at that point, everything has drastically changed. I still feel that that's going to happen this year as well. Come winter, I from only based what I'm seeing, y'all. I don't listen to everything on the news. I don't listen to everything on the internet. I do go based by my own visuals, and it's what I'm paying attention to every time I shop. I do what I can to go lower priced, go in areas like Aldi and where I can get more for my money. I can come home and fill up my pantries. So I'm just keeping my eye open, and every time I do, I turn around and I come back to you about it because I believe in sharing with others. Let me turn this down. I know there's many others who are like us. Y'all are trying to get the best out of your buck. And I mean, there's many of us struggling, and we do not get assistance to be able to handle our life the way we do. And for the most part, most of us cannot get that assistance. So we got to manage with what we have. And it's very, very hard these days because, well, like we've done said, pay doesn't rise. Everything around us is. So it's making it hard for us. And if you go for assistance, well, naturally, that's the one category where you're going to find is stays the same. So, quote unquote, you don't qualify. Go figure. And besides, I don't want to be dependent on the government. That's just my preference, y'all. But I do not absolutely condemn anybody who needs it. I am able to hold my own for a certain amount of time. And anybody who needs it for your children, you better be getting some help. Take advantage of it and get yourself a point where you're not going to greatly suffer. But the advice, or maybe the videos that I do on this topic, may help you to be able to stretch your dollar farther and be able to bring you more for you and your family. Now, occasionally I do like a good dip. Okay, I will be honest, I have been known to buy French onion dip from Dean's at the grocery store. And then up until recently, I started reading those ingredients and becoming very well aware of what is called preservatives and the things that are putting in my body that I can't read or pronounce half of what was in it. So it gets my brain thinking, can I make my own? Of course, naturally I can. So what I do is I get the basics, sour cream and mayonnaise. That's the basic to any dip. And I'm going to come home and make my own. I'm going to be doing a research on making my own French onion dip to as close as Dean's flavor as I possibly can get. If not, hey, how about better flavor? So I'm going to be working on that. I am going to be making my own tortillas. I thought today I was going to go there and I was just going to say, you know what? I'm going to just get a bag of tortillas. I don't have to do this. And, you know, when I read the ingredients again, I've got a bad habit of doing that. It quickly changes my mind, and my mind says, no, you're doing good this far. Don't blow it now. Don't go back to the person you used to be. Stay the course. Get into the habit. So here I am. I'm going to stay the course, get into the habit, and continue to still make my own. That's what I am as a homesteader anyway. Now, there was another topic. I went to Dollar General. Now, many of us know that Dollar General has always been the store that you can find the affordability in anything. I mean, let's face it, Dollar General had cheap stuff. I thought. Y'all, I went into that store today. I about lost my mind. I literally walked out. When those prices in Dollar General compared to the same prices at Walmart, something is wrong. And I mean literally wrong. They were the same prices as Walmart prices. And I literally walked right out of that store. And I happened to see a lady who, she hasn't seen me in a while. She knows me. She knows all about me and the homestead and all that. I've shared with her many times. And she saw me today. Oh, hey, she says, haven't seen you in a while. And I wanted to say, based by these prices, you're not going to. But I didn't. I just told her, I said, yeah, I just been working around at the homestead lately, so. And come this winter, they're going to see even less of me. So we got to talking, and I was explaining to her how, we're doing the thing like we do from spring all the way to summer, and you'll probably see me even less come winter, because she knows that we stock up. And she said, I've been hearing that we may end up even with a water shortage. And I actually caught wind of that, and I'm going to look into it here in Mississippi. But we've had a 42-day drought, which is not normal for us right now. Since August, it has been 42 days and growing that we have had any rain at all. So we do have a drought. They're saying that our rivers and all are becoming extremely low, and so is our water supply, which is going to lead to a point there's going to be a problem for us who want water. So as she was saying to me, she said, I've heard this and I don't know what we're all going to do. And my first thought was, well, there is something we can do, and it's probably what I'm going to do while I'm able to get water now. Get me a big old pot, fill it up with my tap water. I'm going to boil my water, and then I'll probably water bath can it in quart jars and stick it on my shelf. That's one way. Another way is I could fill up old milk jugs that we use, wash them out really good, fill them up with water, set them aside. I mean, the chlorine in them dissipates over time, and so I will have fresh water. And so when I brought that up, she goes, oh, no, I can't do that. I'm lazy. When it comes to that stuff, she said, I'm just lazy. And I said, well, you can pay the high prices of buying water when they start hollering a shortage and start spiking up the water next if you really wanted to. And she said, yeah, that's more than likely what I'll do. I took a sip of coffee because at that moment, y'all, it keeps me from saying something that I would probably regret. Why? Why would you do that? If you have an opportunity to save everything you can with what is happening now, why would you do that? I understand nobody, quote unquote, has the time, but there is a thing called a weekend. There are times that there is some time off, and I understand everybody wants to relax or whatever, but are you seriously relaxing? I mean, are you just doing the things that you'd like to do or finding something to do? So, I mean, honestly, when she said that statement, I was thinking the next step would come after that is, oh my God, have you seen these prices? We can't afford this. Well, of course not. That's what we've been saying all along. But there was methods before that you could do before you had to reach to this point where you really can't afford it now. And now there's a shortage, should that ever happen. I'm not even saying that it's going to happen. But these are just in case scenarios. So was there something you could have done before that? Absolutely. I mean, I don't get it, y'all. Maybe it's just the way I think. I don't know if it's because I'm a homesteader. I don't know if it's because I became frugal in the times that we live in today, especially for the last 3 years. Going on 3 years. Again, I am really trying to stay out of trouble, y'all, because I do not comprehend the way things are being done these days. I don't comprehend why one store in one town is more expensive than another store in another town. I don't comprehend how a Dollar General can be in comparison to a Walmart. I don't understand how one can say, OMG, and then freak out when there was methods that could be done prior before that. I don't understand. And maybe you can help educate me, because I know if there were coming cases where I willingly know something is coming ahead of me, I guess I'm the type of person, maybe that's the reason why I'm a homesteader, quote, again, a prepper. I prepare for what's to come because I pay attention to the here and now. So what I am going to do is literally save my jugs, fill them up with water. I'm going to set them aside. I have a lot of canning jars. Now here is something. My quart canning jars are going unused. Okay, so I did see a post on something on Facebook. Yes, I know it was Facebook, and it's got to be for real. But it kind of made sense to me. If I am going to literally just let these jars sit anyways, why not do something with them? I can store them somewhere else and be able to have use for them by filling them up with distilled or purified water that was boiled, canned, and set on a shelf. What is it going to hurt? Except for the fact is, well, even that's not going to hurt. It's going to give me the opportunity, if there's a water shortage, I have water. I can, if anything else, cook with this water. If the water becomes contaminated, I have purified my water to cook with it. So what does it actually hurt to take the time to do that? It doesn't. So that's exactly what I'm fixing to do soon, y'all. I'm going to take some of these quart jars I'm really not using. Instead of having them laying all over the house, I'm going to clear in my mudroom a whole bottom shelf. I'm going to put my cardboard down on the shelf. I'm going to take all this bottled water that I'm fixing a water bath can with my quart jars, and I'm going to line the whole entire shelf with purified boiled water. I mean, seriously, it's not going to hurt anything. If I don't need it, I don't need it. My jars are filled with something, and they're serving a purpose instead of having boxes after boxes after boxes of jars that I don't use right now. I'll put a use to them. And I might find some space that I could use for something else. So that's what I am fixing to do. I'm just blown away by the things that I'm learning, the things that I'm hearing, and it just doesn't make any sense. But my warning for you right now, and maybe it doesn't pertain to everybody, and that's okay. I am not by far a very rich homesteader. I do the things what I do, y'all, not necessarily because I have to. I really do it because I want to. I want to try to save as much as I possibly can. Because when winter time does come, my husband's income does drop. And I'm able to manage things better because I was frugal enough, maybe, or because I had common sense enough. I don't know what you want to call it. However it is, we're able to survive even hard times. Even if we don't have hard times, I don't want to be the type of person to just spend just for the heck of it. You know, we are heading into uncertain times. We've seen this for the last 3 years, and I have yet to see a change except for things rising higher than I have ever seen in my life. A vegetable. Lord, y'all, when my seeds are cheaper than the food in my grocery store, something is wrong. But that's just my opinion about it. So these are some ideas. I am also, I stopped buying bread of any kind at the grocery store. I've actually literally stopped doing that, except one, and that is my husband's low carb. I still buy that. I will, because I have yet to find a good recipe, so I'm going to continue to at least buy that. It's expensive as it is, so I decrease for me. What I am working on, though, is I pulled my jars of sourdough or sourdough starter out of my refrigerator. This is fall. This is becoming winter. The more I'm seeing, it was time to pull those babies out. I need to work with them. I have not killed them, thank God. But I do absolutely need to work with them, get them back to prime. They are, Lord have mercy, over about a year old now, if not a year and a half. So they are very mature, but I have not been attending to them well, so I need to fix that up because I'm going back to sourdough, making even on crackers. Y'all, I've seen the prices on crackers. I could literally take some sunflower seeds and flax seed, maybe some chia seeds and pumpkin seeds, use my sourdough starter and make me some grain crackers. Or maybe I can make a substitute Norwegian grain cracker crisp. So I'm going to be using my sourdough to make my own crackers. Sourdough is a way of a fermented type of ingredient that is easy to digest. So sourdough bread, sourdough anything, pretzels, crackers, anything that you can use sourdough tends to make the product that you make a lot easier to digest, and it's not one like it will help basically and in those of us who are maintaining our weight, or those who are trying to watch being better. It's just a really good source to have. I've worked hard to have this starter and I don't want to blow it now. So, and when I look at the prices of bread rising for garbage, have you really looked at the ingredients in the list in that, y'all? It is garbage food, and when a loaf of bread from Walmart can sit in your pantry for 6 months and not mold, I tend to stay away from that. So, but I'm hoping a little bit of this information has helped you. If you all haven't started yet, please, I would really start considering doing right now a little bit at a time before winter. You don't have to go crazy, but just please do a little bit for yourselves. These prices, y'all, they're not changing. I am watching them rise higher and higher. The stability on some of these are not lasting long at all. And when I'm seeing you can buy, Lord have mercy, a lousy small little 8-ounce package of dip is up in the almost $6 when you can come home and literally make your own. But yet the junk food it's not cheap, but cheaper. That should tell you something, because you're paying cheaper for garbage. And yes, you're going to pay more expensive for healthier foods, but know and manage how to make your own. It is a way to do that. And if at all possible, buy $2 seeds that you can get from M.I. Gardener. Go to your garden and plant your own. The money you would save is amazing. Do your best. Absolutely do your best. Go to Aldi or go to Bargain Barn or go to Dollar Tree if you have to. Look, it doesn't matter the name brand. Now some people will say that in certain items, I get it. Very few items, yes, quality matters. In my olive oil, I do have a particular brand I buy because it is a good quality. But sometimes even high quality foods, you all, I have found the most expensive food is also garbage. So pick and choose your battles, I call it. Choose wisely, know what you're buying, and know a bargain when you see it. So, I mean, when it comes to vegetables, even frozen is good. You can literally get frozen cauliflower from Walmart for 98 cents to $1. And it's just frozen. It's not fresh, it's frozen, and it's still edible, y'all. Get it. Stock. I mean, do what you got to do, because I don't know. I don't want to be the person to fear anybody. It's just what I'm seeing, and on the caution side, look, another thing I noticed. Okay, we're not even into Halloween. We are an entire month away from Halloween. Do you know that my Walmart has one small section of Halloween? We have one aisle, one row, small row of maybe a few. It's fall, y'all, harvest fall little decorations, and there is one whole garden center already loaded with Christmas stuff. Our holidays are being rushed. Our prices are skyrocketing. And I don't see an end right now. Prepare your families the best way you can. And my biggest advice is, y'all, I understand we live in a very convenient world. It's understandable. I've been there. And to some points, yes, I myself choose a small amount of convenience also. But for the most part, the best thing you can do for your family, health-wise, economically, safely, smart, do your own. Make your own. I know I lose subscriptions, and I understand that, y'all. I do, and I'm okay with it because not everybody. It's not for everybody. So when I talk this subject here about making your own or showing you how to make your own, I do tend to lose some, and it's okay. I'm not here to be popular. What I'm here is to help save people's pockets. What I'm here is for is children not going hungry, families being able to put a decent, healthy meal on their table and to be able to afford it. I have been there. I have been hungry, and I know what that feels like, and it's the worst feeling in the world. I have lived in extremely tight situations and tried to manage the best way I can, where literally I had bought that hamburger helper. What I didn't understand at the time is when I was buying that hamburger helper, the damage I was doing to my family because of all the unnecessary products that was in it. And at the end of the ingredient list, no longer is anything labeled GMO because, well, that's against the law and you can't use government modified food. But it is legal to state contains bioengineered ingredients. Don't believe me? Look at some of your prepackaged meals you have, y'all. I tend to not want anything bioengineered. And I don't care what the explanation is for it. I just don't want it. To me, it's not natural. It doesn't even sound natural. A natural is what I'm fixing to make for supper tonight. I'm fixing to take some black beans. I'm going to make me somewhat of a Southwest shrimp bowl tonight with some quinoa, some cilantro seasoned marinated shrimp, some mango. I am going to make a avocado dressing for this, and this is what I'm going to have for supper. Nothing bioengineered about that. It's all fresh ingredients and flavorful. This is very safe for me to eat, and I know what's in my ingredients. But I also understand if you're on an extremely tight budget, do what you got to do. But also, if you need help, don't be too prideful to visit your churches. I'm going to tell you right now, if we had that available here in our town, I would absolutely go there, y'all. I really would. But in the meantime, we don't. So I shop frugally. Get you some homemade pasta. Make up your own hamburger helper mixes. It's not that hard to do. There are ways you can do it. Just be frugal about it. Shop around. Make your list. And if you need assistance, by all means, please get it. It doesn't matter what anybody else says or think about you. If you are eligible, please. We are living in times right now that are unforeseeable. We have never imagined we would be here. And I will be the last one. I will not. As a matter of fact, I just put it this way. I will not be the one to condemn anybody who absolutely needs it. And even if it's just for a short time, you can always get off of them and go back to your normal life should things change. There's nothing that says you have to stay on it. But please do what you have to do for your family. Because what I'm witnessing at the grocery store, it's even getting hard for us. A family, y'all, a family who is cut so much in life because we wanted to. We used to want for nothing. We were so comfortable choosing the life that we chose to do whatever we want, to now we're budgeting. That makes no sense to me. But I'll do what I have to do. As I go to the store and I compare a Dollar General with a Walmart and there's no comparison anymore, evaluate, y'all. I have very soon, I am almost done with the pantry and I'll be working on nothing but the freezer. But I have a final pantry video coming up that I will be doing, so that I will show you what we were going to be doing for our pantry challenge, where we do no major grocery shopping for at least 3 to 4 months. And I will show you how we are going to do that. I am continuing to still can. However, I am pretty much out of jars. So I can do the pint or the quart jars. I may try some to be able to do that, but for 2 people, a quart can tend to be too much in certain items. So we are going to what is called basically kind of like a farmer's flea market. It's huge in Ripley, Tennessee, or Ripley, Mississippi. So we are going to that this weekend, and I'm going to check out the market and see if I can't find me some canning jars out there. So, y'all, I'm still busy at it. I'm not going to stop. I'm technically not going to stop until the final days of our pantry challenge, when I know that we are going to be okay. It's taken me longer because the prices we have are astronomical. And now we do have a bit more expenses since the family moved here, and that's a whole nother subject. Yeah, our electric bills have gone up quite a bit, and so it's taken me a little longer to get things, but I have faith in God that He will provide our every needs, and I will make it. I do know how to shop, but I want to be able to reach out to you. I love you all. I don't want anybody suffering. I have seen likes of all kinds out here. I have seen people who don't have to worry about anything. You can spend whatever you want and you're still not hurting. There are those who in the middle section where, like us, you were once comfortable, but now you're having to budget. And then there are folks who were already struggling and now struggling so hard they don't even know where they're going to turn. That's what I'm here for. Every which way, and that's what my videos are for. You want to still enjoy life, like, okay, I done a video on how to make your own chips. Now, to some people that was kind of unnecessary to make a video over, but to others it was a game changer, because maybe they didn't know how to actually get that flavor they actually enjoy without paying the high rates of going to the grocery store, number one, paying for garbage from the ingredients, number 2, a high rate price, number 3, not getting what you're paying for. And so I taught them how to make a potato chip. And now they're going to spend that much for a 5-pound bag, come home and make, I'm going to guarantee you, 4 bags of potato chips for the price of 1. So it's okay. Y'all, my goal is to try in every angle that I can to show you how to save in every way possible. Now, I may go ahead and show you my dinner tonight. Some may say it's a gourmet thing. It's actually Mediterranean, and it's a healthy meal. So I will probably go ahead and give you another shrimp meal tonight. Now, my husband, he's actually going to have beef and broccoli, low-carb beef and broccoli, Asian food. So we're going to do that, and probably this will be the last for this week until this weekend. I'm actually going to enjoy this weekend with hubby. We're going to get away for a little while, and I will be back on Monday. So until next time, you all, I love you. Hang in there. We're going to make it through this. Hang in there. And everything that I can think of, I'm going to come out with these videos to help you make it, and maybe help you stock your pantries Even if it's for a month, think about it. 4 weeks. If you can save groceries within 4 weeks, that is something fantastic you did for your family, healthier for your family, and hey, you can't lose on that. So I love you dearly. Until next time, enjoy your weekend. We will see you again from Parton's Heritage Homestead.